Hey everyone, Hallie here. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Borderlands 4. This game recently released, and I have been having an absolute blast with it. I'm a huge fan of the entire Borderlands franchise, but there are quite a few things within this game that, to be quite honest, are just broken. So I wanted to make a video talking about what is broken within this game. But just to be clear, at the start of this video, I am a fan of the Borderlands franchise, alright? So all of you Borderlands fans, do not freak out right away. These are simply things that would make my experience better and also your experience better. And additionally, just some really basic features that have just been left out that I would like to talk about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing I would like to talk about is something you will notice with the gameplay footage. As it just kind of slowly progresses. You might not see it as much within like this 10-minute video, but it is something that you will certainly notice, especially when you just start the game. And that is the fact that as you explore the map and enter new areas and whatnot, and generally just play the game, like I've noticed the longer I'm playing in a single session, the worse this will get, and that is the fact that the frames per second just progressively drop. The game will start at a steady and solid 60 FPS, and as you play the game, especially for an hour or two, you will notice that the game starts to dip into 50 FPS and even 40 FPS, and it only just progressively gets worse as you keep on playing. Now I'm gonna be honest, I have never seen this as an issue before within a video game. I know that Borderlands 4 runs on Unreal Engine 5, so, you know, is it an Unreal Engine 5 problem? Who knows? But this is something that is a little bit ridiculous, and I would definitely like to see fixed, because it's something that you will notice, and as you're playing the game and you see that your frames per second this is at least just a console issue. I'm on a PS5 Pro and I'm still experiencing this issue. I'm not sure if this is something that's happening on PC, where as you play, the optimization just progressively gets worse and worse. Let me know if it is on the comments. Just as you progressively play, the frames per second just gets worse and worse. It just isn't really visually great to look at. Speaking of being visually great to look at, you can't disable motion blur. I don't understand why games don't let you disable motion blur. I feel like motion blur just makes games look worse. Like, why would you want to blur? I get it. There's reasons. But the fact there isn't even an option to disable motion blur is a little bit ridiculous. Again, this is a 2025 game. The fact you can't disable motion blur is a little bit wild. And, you know, in the same vein as that, there's no field of view slider. And I have seen some people, and I'm sure I'll probably get someone who comments this before they even watch this section, that will say that, oh, a field of view slider is only for PvP games. What is the point of having it in a PvE game, especially when you're just playing single player? And I'll tell you, I like a field of view slider because I get motion sick. When a camera is like really zoomed in and it has a low field of view, and I'm playing a first person game, it makes me feel motion sick just because it's so zoomed in. I like to have a higher field of view. So that's something that I like to change. And you know what? If you don't like having a high field of view and you think that the default field of view is great, that's good. But having a field of view slider would still be really beneficial, especially given that there's already so many customization options within this game, especially like for sensitivity. They really went all out, with the ability to incrementally customize your sensitivity and things like your dead zone, which is amazing, but it makes it even more confusing that a system like that it doesn't even exist, for a field of view slider. I don't know. It's just something that is a little bit concerning to me. Maybe it's, again, an optimization thing. But yeah, no field of view slider on console is really a shame. And I could understand, I really can't understand. No, I can't. I'm on a PS5 Pro. I don't know. I think it's just a little bit ridiculous that this game starts dropping to 50 FPS on a PS5 Pro after like 30 minutes of gameplay, and then on top of that, you can't disable motion blur, and you also have no field of view slider. Just some really basic stuff, like a field of view slider was in Borderlands 3 at launch, Just very confusing why it's not in this game. But just some of my main critiques there, all around. Like if you're a Borderlands fan, this is more Borderlands. If you played the Borderlands series, the way that I would describe it is that every game is essentially the same core Borderlands loop of, being a looter shooter, but each game adds its own unique flavor. And I gotta say, Borderlands 4, despite all of the issues that I have with the settings and optimization, Borderlands 4 certainly has its own unique flavor, and I am absolutely enjoying it so much so far. The gunplay is amazing. The movement is easily the best in the series. And it literally reminds me of Doom Eternal when I'm dashing around and avoiding enemies. It is so fun. I bought Doom the Dark Ages earlier this year, and I was quite disappointed with that game. It just felt slow, and I don't know. I was just not a fan of it. But oh my goodness, Borderlands 4 is a very fun, fast-paced game. It's really cool seeing the Borderlands just kind of gunplay adapt with this. Every character has this double jump as well as like a jetpack, and they also have dashes that they can do. And you can really chain together this movement in a really fun way. So like you can slide into a double jump and then dash through the air. Maybe you want to dash and then double jump. Or you could, double jump and then hover, and then you can dash while in the air. Like there's so many different movement options and things that you can piece together. It is super fun. I am absolutely enjoying Borderlands 4 so much right now. I would love to hear how you guys are enjoying this game. Are you going to get the game? Or are you going to wait for a sale? I personally, if you're on the fence of getting this game, I'll probably make a review video later on once I have more experience in this game. Currently, I'm only level 13. But I would say if you're on the fence about getting this game and want more information, don't be afraid to just wait for a sale. The great thing about Borderlands games is once they come out, they'll usually go on sale later on, and you'll be able to buy like the standard edition or even things like DLCs at a way cheaper cost. So, if you're on the fence of getting this game and you're not a huge Borderlands fan like me, you can certainly get off with just waiting a little bit. And being able to get this game for I paid $70 for the standard edition. You could probably, I guarantee you, get like the super digital deluxe edition with all the DLCs for around $70 within a couple months. So if you're on the fence about getting this game, or having some FOMO about it, don't worry too much about it. But I just want to make a video talking about some things that I would like to see improved within Borderlands 4. Let me know how you guys are enjoying this game. I'll probably make a review video on this game, or just my final thoughts once I complete the story. But so far, I think the gameplay is fantastic. But again, I just want to make a video talking about some of the main issues and the things that I just kind of found ridiculous that weren't in the game. But let me know how you all are enjoying Borderlands 4. What are some things you would like to see within the game? But yeah, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much to my YouTube members who financially support me and give me $1 a month, Ash Tree Dweller and Exhumani. It really does mean the most. And yeah, I'm sorry for not really uploading too frequently. This is the longest break I've taken since I quit YouTube for 3 years, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's just, I'm busy. But I still certainly do have a passion towards content creation. I just wanted to make a video about something I cared about and, not churn something out that I wasn't passionate about. But with all that being said, let me know what you all think of Borderlands 4. Thank you for watching to the very end of this video. It really does mean the most. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.